So I put in an order for a new toolbox for the gold belly, and I said I'd go with these brackets. I usually make up my own brackets for the two holes there, but I said I'd chance these. But after I got them, realised that yeah, you take out the bolt, but you probably have to bend this wide enough to go onto the side here, or you have to take it off, take out that foot peg and swing this out and then push it on, which is probably what I'll do. So that was just something I said I would check out, because I have toolboxes on my other two Fergusons. It's handy for when you're taking it for a spin up the road, that you can have a few tools in case you need them, instead of stuffing them into your pocket. And what I also did was, I'm after just buying a spare float. Yes, I can fix these with a soldering iron, but I just threw it in the order, and I just checked it to make sure it fits, and it fits fine, and it seems to float fine, so it's good to go. And when you hold it down, I've held it down there for a while, and I give it a little shake, then you don't hear anything water running inside, so that should be sound. Again, you can fix them with soldering iron, but no, I said I'd order a new one just in case. It's nice to have it there. So that's my spares carb. So this is primed, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give it a quick sand with sandpaper, and I'm going to brush paint it, because I don't want that on the gold belly to be very shiny, very spray painted, kind of like that. So I want a nice kind of a rough enough a finish to make it suit the rest of the bodywork. And I'll have a look into fitting them in a way that probably doesn't hopefully involve bending them, for fear that I damage them putting them back. And yep, so that's the latest that's going on here. Get these fitted, put this away in my spare fuel system parts, and get that fitted, so that when I go for a spin, that I'll be able to have somewhere to keep my the few tools, the screwdrivers, the small spanners, the usual stuff that you. So just a quick lick of paint. Didn't want to be too fussy, because the rest of the grey paintwork on the tractor isn't perfect finish, and I don't want it to be. I want it to look a little bit aged. So I'm going to have a go at fitting this. I have a feeling I'll take off the radius arms on the side, on one side, and slip these down over them, and then I can touch up there whatever. These are just going to get test fit first, because I don't want to bend them open to get them over the arms. Right, let's take off one end of the radius arm and slide them up and see how it works out. That's the foot peg off with the footboard, and this is the radius arm here that I want to pull outwards, so that I can slide on my bracket down along it. Now I do have to be careful pulling this out from in there, because sometimes I might want to go shooting up and it can catch your hand in there, and some other times it wants to go shooting down. I have a feeling this wants to go shooting down, so I'm just going to get a pry bar or a piece of timber just to pry it up and out, so that at least if I wants to shoot anywhere, it's not going to go pinching my hand or my fingers. So that's one bracket on. I presume it's the flat side that we want facing outwards, because it meets the back of the toolbox. And then we open up our toolbox, I presume we put a washer this side, run it through, lift it up, push everything through. On with the spring washer, and then on with the nut. And that should be one side done. A little bit awkward keeping everything pushed together. That seems to be roughly it. Again, the reason why I like these on all my vintage Fergusons is it's nice to be able to throw in a few tools. With the diesel Fergusons, I always have an 11/16 for bleeding the injectors in case it decides that it wants to get airlocked. And of course with the Gold Belly, the TVO engine here, I have 7/16 for changing the timing a little bit if I want to do a bit of fine tuning, and flathead screwdrivers and things like that. A little selection of stuff you can throw in when you're going down the road. So this is actually working out fairly well. So I'll give you a look at that. That is what we're looking at now. I think these holes are meant to be for, I know in the Ferguson 20 there's no solenoid or regular box, there's 2 holes in there and they mate up with them. So I can of course move this down, so I might just put this back, put a bit of grease in there actually, plenty of grease on this side, but I'll put some in there, and I'm going to try this for fitting there to make sure that none of the brackets are getting in the way of the bell housing. So this seems to be as far forward as this will go because of the cross tie, the tie rod, the cross tie piece there is getting a little bit thick. The thicker the further forward it goes. So tighten up these are 5/8. Oh, try that for. That's just nice. Not going to get in the way of the steering track rod. Is a bit tight in there, so I'll just move it back this way a little bit. That's what I'll do, rather than have it hitting the bell housing, because obviously this is going to move different to this. So that's lovely. And then I can start throwing in a few spare double sizes of spanners. If I have 2 1/2 inch, I'll throw one in there. Handy for working on this as well when it's there, but for bringing it up the road. Brilliant. I think that is a success. So here's the Ferguson spanner. And that is perfect fit. I don't know where them spanners were they provided with the 35 Ferguson, but I know they were provided with the 20 Ferguson 20. So I usually throw in a bit of a rag, because if you have your spanners in there and your screwdrivers rattling, they will make some serious noise going down the road. And I'd sooner be listening to my engine than to be listening to that. So that's what I usually do. And then throw in your tools on top of it. The job is oxo.